going on, everybody? Hello, hello. What is happening? Happy Tuesday to you. It is so good to be here to hang out. And yeah, we are on the precipice of the Rebellion presale, of which I know many people are very, very excited. So that is happening in a little more than 24 hours. In fact, let's go over here. Oh, we got our maintenance. Never mind. So it is happening, if I remember correctly, in like 26 hours and 15 minutes from this moment in time. So very exciting. We see DEC, which actually did hit, 950 Splintoshis yesterday. SPS was flirting, not really with 1.5 cents, but it was above 1.45. Vouchers doing their thing. Haven't been quite able to cross 4 cents, but it's been an interesting day, to say the least. Now, I think that this is fascinating for all the crypto folks out there. But if you see the bottom here, you can see that Bitcoin is up 1.6%. But ETH, BNB, it's not listed here, but Litecoin, many of the other top coins were, well, actually, you know what? Bitcoin's still doing its thing. I'm wondering when we're going to hit that point of like Bitcoin dominance. We shoot up, and then everybody takes their profits from a Bitcoin pump and puts it into alts, which would be obviously helpful for what people are expecting here within Splinterlands. So, happy to be here with you guys. It's been a while since I've been able to stream on like the usual schedule that I promote, right? Tuesday, Wednesday, or Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday. Because last Thursday I wasn't able to stream, so I streamed Friday. And then I wasn't able to stream on Sunday, so I streamed yesterday. So hopefully we're somewhat back to a normal schedule now. That being said, I'm going to do my best to try and stream tomorrow during the pre-sale, just because it's an exciting time and I want to hang out with you guys. So as long as I can get some other things done in the morning, I should be free. All right, so let's see who is here to hang out today. So we got Aaron Kennedy. What is up? Supreme Victory Network. Yellow. Ghostly Beach says the maintenance stream has been moved to a pre-sale launch stream. I see. Well, yeah, I guess we could have called it maintenance. Or not show. It showed me 1810 at first. Oh, you know what? I had the time wrong. Ghostly BG. When I scheduled this, I didn't change PM to AM. So I think it was set for like 12 hours from now, which was not the actual launch of the sale, but I had to change it quickly when I came in because I was like, what? Why is it saying like it would have been like 11 p.m. my time? I'm like, I'm not streaming then. Dice 12, what's happening? Hello, Leandro, BB Omega. What a fantastic show last night. You and Steve had Yabba Matt on. Excuse me. He spent a good 2 hours going through kind of like the long-term vision for Splinterlands, kind of where things are at right now, and how he's hoping to get there. It was fantastic. I mean, yesterday, if you were, let's put it this way, if you enjoy, the hype and the vision and all the stuff that Yabba Matt brings, I thought it was fantastic that he spent an hour with folks during the town square, and then another 2 hours with BB Omega and Steve. So go check that interview out. BB Omega, I appreciate, I really appreciate the way that you were approaching your questions. You were trying to stay very much on point with like long-term, just like long-term vision, because we don't necessarily get that with the town halls, town squares, right? Sometimes we do, but it's usually like bits and snippets. So having an area for Matt just to have more of a casual conversation, questions coming in from you guys that are just genuinely curious about, hey, when's this gonna? It's not like, hey, when's this gonna hit, or when's this gonna do, or what are we gonna do? It's just like Matt, what, like, we went through a very difficult time, right? 2 difficult times over the past 12 months, both of the layoffs and restructuring. So how has your vision changed, right? What are you looking forward to in the future? And the truth is that he, before people get too excited, he couldn't really answer a bunch of the questions in terms of like giving some kind of like certainty or time frame or anything, because right now we're in survive mode, right? So it is very much do or die, getting Rebellion out, getting land out. And I think once we get to the end of the year, assuming land, Rebellion, maybe even Soulkeep are out, I would be excited to see the town hall, we'll call it, like on the first week of January to see kind of where Matt's head is at in terms of like, okay, we've gotten all these monkeys off of our back. Let's try to see where we can go from here. What are the things that we're going to prioritize? I don't know what the team is doing now in terms of like their planning and all of that. But it's going to be interesting to see how Matt is able to implement the future parts of his vision as soon as we get past all of these major launches. Okay, let me see here. Play-Doh Zero, what's happening? What's up? Title got me scared. Presale was going to start after maintenance. No, we got a full 24 hours until that. Don't you worry. Play-Doh? Are you planning on buying packs? In fact, Charles is asking that question to the entire chat. How many packs are you guys buying? Except I can't seem to click on. There we go. All right, Virus, what's going on, man? Good to see you here. Baby Omega, yep, that was awesome. That's all I care about. Super Cow, Gregory Levenfield, and Di said, I decided to do something drastic yesterday, and everything I was going to put Rebellion, I decided to buy tower defense packs instead. Whoa, that is a left turn. That is quite the left turn. I am actually curious to see how much are tower defense packs going for. Oh wait, they're not even a real pack. They don't even belong on here on Splinter cards because it's not a real thing. It's just a figment of our collective imagination at this point. Let's see. Nightmare packs going for $133. That's just sad. Let's see. Can we see you here buying? Or no, I guess people have been trading back and forth. You know, I still have hope that this could be something big. It's just, I'll be honest. I believe Matt has zero passion for this game. So once again, like I think about it in terms of he wants to build out the core game, right? Land, Secret of Pretoria, that's like his baby. Right, this was supposed to be something that was done. The Nightmare packs or Tower Defense, Soulkeep. This is something that was supposed to be done, handled by a third party. Now it's being brought in-house, and it's being put on his plate because he's CEO. And so my concern with it is that we're going to get something bare bones that may get some updates from time to time, but not anywhere in the near future because, as I said, Matt's not passionate about it. So my hope is that he would bring on somebody who is passionate about creating it, or sorry, not creating, but like developing it further. But that's really post Bull Run, I think. It would have to be something where the game has to be successful enough as a bare bones launch, right, just to satisfy the people who bought packs. But really, it wouldn't get any kind of iteration, wouldn't get any integration with the rest of the game, like, you know, staking monsters, all that stuff. And again, I'm not saying that Matt doesn't like the project. I'm saying that he has zero passion for it, meaning that it's more important for him to develop the core product, right? Splinterlands. In fact, I think he's even said that multiple times. And you can see Soulkeep essentially getting kicked to the curb since July of this year, before Matt even took over. So, you know, as I'm still holding my Soulkeep packs, I get some SPS for it, so it's nice. But on the whole, I don't have, I still believe it could be awesome. It's just, the scope of what Soulkeep is going to be now, once again, has kind of like been shrunk down. Now, the only reason I would believe Matt would maybe change course on Soulkeep is if the bare bones product comes out and it ends up being super successful and a main like revenue generator for the company. Then I can see Matt being like, you know, going to Nate and going to the rest of the team and being like, all right, we need to incorporate this more. How can we get tower defense involved in land? How can we get tower defense involved in all this, right? But at the end of the day, there's a lot on his plate as it is, right? Land 2.0, land 3.0, items and spells. So, you know, if it's just a very small, lean, mean team, I just can't see tower defense getting the love that it needs, or that we were all hoping it would be. Tilly Tot's going to try for 500 packs. Let's go. Leandro says 50 packs. Tower defense is around $1.33. Yep. I think I might be buying over 1K in the pre-sale. Started FOMOing after seeing Nate's tweet. Nice. What did Nate tweet? I know he's been more active on Twitter, which is fantastic, though. I'm buying 455 plus 45 bonus. Cool. Let's see. I think I may wait and see what happens before making any moves. I do feel as if this is a good opportunity for other moves that people are selling off to get more fund. Yeah, I was trying to figure out like how do I zig while others are zagging, right? Now I think gosh, who was it that we were talking about? Oh, Dice 12 took an interesting turn. I don't know if it's a turn that I would have taken, but it's not terrible because at least you're getting SPS for it. So they bought tower defense packs. My question is it worth it to buy Riftwatcher packs or maybe Riftwatcher cards, individuals? Because you can see the estimated value. Like people are more so selling the cards themselves than the packs that they have. But here's the danger that you run into with that. Everybody is selling all of their extra stuff right now. So the market is getting flooded even further. The fallacy that I think we're telling ourselves, or at least that I'm telling myself, if I decide to zag while others are zigging, is the fact that, once Rebellion is done or whatever, then demand will come back and pick up for Rift Watchers. That's actually not guaranteed. I think a lot of people were holding on to their extra reward cards, their extra Chaos Legion cards, their extra Rift Watcher cards, simply because you couldn't do anything else with them, right? So why sell on the market if you're not going to get a decent return? Why sell at a major loss? The only reason that it's happening now is because there's something to buy, which means, maybe some of these get eaten up, but that doesn't necessarily mean demand is coming in right around the corner after Rebellion hype dies down. All right. Steve, what's going on? Steve, I was just telling BB Omega about the how much I loved your show yesterday. Sorry, I think I caught some of it live, but I started from the beginning, and so and caught up with it later in the evening. But fantastic show, man. If you guys have not checked it out, make sure you go hit up Steve's channel and show him some love there. By the way, I'm home. If you want company, let me know. I was planning to jump on stream, but saw you go in line and decided I'll do it afterwards. Yeah, sure. Why not, man? I don't know how much time I got today because I got a little bit of a later start than I was hoping to, but we can do it. Let me just catch up on chat here, and then I'll send you the link. I mostly want the SPS from packs, more SPS upside versus the cost of Rebellion Gold deck. True. Maybe. I don't know. It depends on how well SPS is going to do. For everyone zagging, I still have some Riftwatcher packs for sale. Some FOMO with the pre-sale promos. There you go. Immolations is interesting, but I win a lot with it in Champ, and it is way down. And with the DEC Pomp, he's even less DEC. Nice. All right. Let me go ahead and send that out to BB Omega. Oh, you know what? I don't have Discord open on this computer, so you're gonna have to give me another minute. BB Omega, we'll get you in. Immolation seems great so far, says Virus. Yeah, I mean that 4 damage and blast, that's killer, man. I only have 1 BCX, and I'm not really playing at the highest levels anymore, or at Diamond Plus, I should say. But it does seem pretty awesome. I had the opportunity to use him in, I think I was playing like a silver tournament or something. And I was like, I wish I had him at silver level, because then at least I would get the scavenge ability, which really, like, the scavenge ability is what gives Dr. Blight so much power, in my opinion. I mean, Dr. Blight is awesome as it is, but that scavenge ability, being able to hide him in the back. So I think I got to get him. I got to get him to silver level, and I got to get the core lurker to silver level. But then I also have to max out the rest of my summoners. So who knows what's going on. All right, BB Omega. Let's see if I can find you here. Wow, this is being really slow for me. All right. I just sent you the link. Feel free to hop in whenever. Even though he looks like Ragnaros, who has been living under a bitch for 5 years. Oh, Ragnarok. I do like Immolation a lot. Hello all, hyped for the Rebellion presale. Yeah, so the thing is with the Rebellion, okay, I gotta be honest with you guys. I'm not seeing it. I said this yesterday. I'll probably put out a video to kind of like lock it in, lock my prediction in, but I really am not seeing an immediate sellout for for sorry. We're like I did the math again on this last night. Maybe it's changed this morning, but this like oh shoot, check this out. SL Hive, we had a lot get pulled out. Look at that. It went from, remember when I was saying I wanted to see this under 1 billion? Well, we just pulled out 100 million. So that's all making its way into people's accounts. Very nice. Baby Omega, what is going on, sir?
I'm very well, thank you. How about you yourself?
You don't get tired about talking about Splinterlands, huh?
Never mind.
I guess me neither. We're both streaming this much.
Yeah, I mean, now that there is no
So
Splinterlands TV, I enjoy more jumping on my channel whenever I feel like it. So that's a
that's
refreshing
great, man.
change.
Yeah, I haven't been on Twitch in a minute, but I'm hoping to. I don't know. I need to figure out a schedule for that. Let me ask you this: what were, now that you've had a night to kind of sleep on it, what were some of the biggest highlights from your conversation with Matt? Like, what are the things that got you most excited about, like the future vision and all that?
That nothing's changed actually. That the restructuring changed, if anything, just the um, runway, like when eventually we're going to see things.
Mm-hmm.
But I was kind of like not scared, like nervous that maybe with all the changes, it will be like, okay, we have to give up on this, we have to give up on that, and I didn't know how much of his vision was going to be chased. And yesterday, from what I got, I think, yeah, we're going sooner or later, probably later, but we're going to see Matt's vision, and that's what excites me the most.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I was
Well,
asking
that's
him
good.
for long-term
Yeah,
ideas.
I was literally laughing out loud when you told Steve, like, no, don't change the topic to reward cards. You're like, I want to hear more about Len. Don't change the topic, Steve. And I was like, everybody's probably feeling the same way. We want to hear the full alpha
I mean, he was
of what is
giving
to
alpha,
come.
man. It's like we
Yeah,
got him to actually start giving alpha, and I was like, come on, man, reward card. Who cares? Reward cards. Sorry, Steve. I mean,
yeah.
no
So
offense, but who cares
I
about reward cards?
no, I love Steve. It was just a funny moment because it was just like, no. He's like spilling all the secrets. Don't interrupt him. Don't change
Yeah,
his mind.
exactly.
Yeah. Here's the thing. I'm trying to figure out. Okay, now that you know, sure, scope, his vision is kind of the same. Agi, I think, was more so about like bringing a bunch of games into the space and all that. So, like, what do you expect in 2024? And to give you a second to think about that, I'll give you my list. Right. Obviously, there's going to be updates to Land. My hope is that we get Land 2.0 within the first, or by like summer sometime, or maybe not at the end of the year, but that might end up being the case. My guess is we also will get some kind of mini set similar to Rift Watchers. We'll probably get some kind of promo cards. I don't know if it's going to be on a quarterly basis, but beyond that, right? I guess I'm trying to figure out what else he's trying to offer for the game in kind of like the long term. I know guild upgrades were a thing that they were focusing on earlier this year, but Cryptomancer was saying that that's been dropped. I hope they pick it back up, but I was hoping to hear something from Matt last night. He didn't really say that either. So when you look at 2024, what are some of like the major things that you're expecting from them?
Do we count new Soulbound cards, the next reward
Yeah,
cards?
yeah. Sorry, we can count new Soulbound cards.
Yeah, and also, yeah, I'm also expecting at least like somewhere probably mid next year to see Land 2.0. maybe even by the end of the year 2.5.
Hmm.
I'm just thinking that yeah, it's the base that is being built now,
Sure. Yep.
and once that is done, I think the rest will be coming way easier, because it seems like they're struggling with the calculations and all the scenarios possible. And once you have it for one resource, like for three resources, it's easier to spread it out to 50 resources, because it's just the same calculations,
Yeah.
just different resources. And they have all, I believe they have all the, or at least the majority of the, you know, like pictures and like all the creative stuff. I think
Hmm.
they already have it anyways. So I think that they will be advancing quickly. And that just my feeling. He didn't confirm that. He never said anything about like what we can expect as deadlines. But I just
Hmm.
have the feeling that it's the major hurdle is getting out 1.5, and once that cat is out of the box, everything will start
Yeah.
falling into place.
See, I loved what he had in mind for expanding on land. Potentially doing some kind of like battling system, or I mean, just having a little bit more interactivity with land. But my thought process is, okay, 1.5 isn't even out yet, and he was even like joking about that yesterday. If the goal is to get 2.0, 3.0, all the way to items and spells, doing that first before the layoffs, they had that slated for January of 2025. So all of like this other cool stuff with land is probably like years off, like maybe 2025 at the earliest at this point. Which again is cool, and that might be happening during hopefully the height of the bull run if we get the 4-year cycle for Bitcoin. But that's what I'm trying to think of, like what are the major things that are going to drop over the next year? Sorry, not over the next year, but specifically in 2024. That would be a major hype cycle. Like when would you expect the mini set? Would maybe like next September, similar to like 2 years after Rift Watchers, be acceptable?
Well, I don't know, but I'm just feeling like it's harder. It's hard to speculate now because they themselves don't know. It's like
Hmm.
they will start planning things when Matt saves the company, which I'm pretty sure he will. So once they got the stability, then they will plan out, and I'm sure they'll let us know. And it's hard to predict something that even they don't know which way it will be going. So
Sure.
I'm
Yeah.
still.
Okay. Sorry. Maybe predict maybe wasn't the right word. Like, what would you like to see, realistically over the next not 12 months, but we'll say 15 months. If you were in the driver's seat, or you were in Matt's ear, what would you tell him to focus on?
I'm thinking land, because I mean, aside from the new player experience, because that's, I think it's like we don't even need to mention it. It's a must, and they're aware it's a must. He knows it's a must. So I liked his idea of having interactive battles rather than just going people like getting people through walkthrough.
Mm-hmm.
Here you are. There are some set battles. They'll be always the same. Like if you decide to start on a new account, or if you decide like to be helping somebody else, like just they can just watch the walkthrough and do it themselves.
Yeah.
Whereas if you have some interactivity when where they're shown you can do this, or now you can do this, I think it's a really cool idea, and I'm hoping they will hit that nail on the head, man. Because I think it's important. It's in lower levels, it's not that complicated the game, but it's still way better if in the beginning somebody's holding you by the hand and
Mm-hmm.
walking you through stuff, but at your own pace, not
Sure.
forcing
Yeah.
you to. You have to do this, and then you have to do this, and then you have to do this. Oh, now you're ready to battle. I'm just talking from my experience when I'm doing tutorials on games. Like if I start a new game and I'm going through the tutorial, by the time the tutorial ends, I've forgotten half of the stuff. Man, I have to restore when I need them. I have to
Yeah.
start googling how to do this and how to do that. Because it's just if it's the same thing like with studying. If you just reading the books and putting all the information in your head, but you don't have any practical examples of how it works and why it works, yeah, you learn it for the exam. Maybe you know it until the exam comes. You get your grades and whatnot, but then it's gone. Like
Yeah.
it's there is nothing that you can connect it with. At least for me, it's like I need some examples to make sense of things rather than just memorize them.
Yeah, no, I mean, I actually really liked what he was suggesting in terms of, having these little bubbles pop up to just help with the new player experience. Because again, sometimes, I mean, even for us who've been around for a while, you just don't catch certain things. So having that would be helpful.
Yeah.
All right, let me catch up on some of the chat here. We got some folks saying, whoops. Let's see. So Charles is saying, I wonder how many packs we need to get a maximum airdrop cards this time around. It's, I,
1,100.
yeah, 1100 packs is going to get you 11
Well,
legendaries.
I mean, a little bit more, 1,150 if you want to get the rare as well.
Yes. Yeah, the rare one. So yeah, 1100, 1150.
But I'm thinking
So
1,100. Like, I mean, yeah, there is just slight chance that somebody getting 11 pack will be so unlucky that they'll get exactly the guaranteed minimum from the rare card. But I'm just thinking, like, first of all, you're getting four rares, I believe, every 250, right? So you're getting four gold foil. I mean, you're getting 4 gold foils, which when it comes to worse, you can just sell them and buy the BCX you need.
I'd say 1100 is a safe bet because then at least you're getting a maxed of the legendary.
That's what I'm going for anyway. So,
man, you all want to try to make me FOMO, huh?
Well, I mean, I don't know, man. I was planning to get 500, and then I was like, yeah, well, I don't want to chase the remaining BCX from my legendary after the show is over. I might as well buy the bullet, and I did. I mean, thanks to the bank sponsoring me. Yeah.
There you go. Got the sponsorship.
Yeah.
Even though he looks like Ragnarok who's living on a bridge. Oh, we read through this already. All right, so that's how I realized yesterday that CL Soulbound cards won't be unlockable till CL is on its way out. So cards won't appreciate before going to Wild.
That's not
and
true.
all the SPS and Modern.
That's not true.
I think there's going to be a good year, Dice. I would say if they can get it unlocked, my goal is Q2 of next year.
No, I don't think he said it that it might be even around as in the beginning of Rebellion, like when they actually have the Rebellion out. Steve asked this question, and he said, "Yeah, actually, you're right. We don't need to wait until they're out of print. We can just unlock them earlier." So yeah, the last thing he said is there is even a slight chance. He didn't want to commit to it, but there is a chance at the beginning of the general sale of Rebellion, they will be already unlockable.
Okay. Well, I don't know. I don't remember hearing that, but
watch again. Watch the stream again. That's what I did. I mean, I don't know if you watched it till the end, but I was like, yeah, I need to like wind down the stream because I need to rewatch it because it's kind of hard when you're listening and then also you're thinking of what question to ask, how to phrase them. So, and also trying to keep with chat, you're kind of distracted. So I'm like, yeah, I need to watch the stream again. So yeah, no, he did say that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, sorry. I guess my hope was by Q2 next year, maybe not necessarily for unlocking dice, but for the actual newer cards like Rebellion reward cards to come out.
That's my thought as well.
Yeah, they still need to design them, but to Virus's point here, right? CL reward is probably going to become a bigger issue soon. I've already started to max mine out, and I play in gold or low diamond. So I can imagine over the next couple of months, I'll have most of the commons, maybe some of the rares maxed out at that point. So yes, I can see them getting unlocked earlier, especially if Matt was talking about that last night, and if people will be coming on and asking about it more frequently.
Yeah, that's one of the alphas we can thank Steve for.
Yeah. All right. So Charles says if SPS gets to at least 5 cents, everyone will stop complaining, buy more packs and land, and then wash, rinse, repeat in 2014. I mean 2024. Then people will complain why everything is expensive again.
Of course.
Do you think we're gonna moon next year?
Probably not.
Not even Splinterlands, but just like Bitcoin and all that.
Well, I mean, you've said it plenty of times on your channel that usually we don't see the full effects, at least till year after the happening.
Yeah.
So yeah, probably won't be next year, but I mean, that's what always gets me, like when people are like, how much is the SPS today, how much was yesterday, how much it changed for a week. It's like these are small blips on the radar, because what if it's 1 cent higher, are you going to sell, are you going to make profit, like, or like what, if you're not planning to buy from in my opinion, if you're not going to buy, you shouldn't care how much the price is now, because I mean, I don't think anybody will sell at this point, even if it goes 1 cent higher. I don't think anybody will be selling, because it's still 90 how many ever percent from the all-time high. So unless you're somebody like, was it Gathering that was doing buying and then selling half when it's going higher and then buying again, like somebody was saying that.
Yeah, that was a strategy.
I think it was Gathering.
Might have been Gathering.
So yeah, unless you're doing that, I mean, that I can understand. If you're day trading, if you're scalping, if you're trying to scalp, I can understand. But if really you believe in the vision and you're in the game because of it can potentially become, and how it can potentially transform your life, not a financial advice, then you shouldn't care how much is the SPS today, yesterday, change over the last 7 days. I don't know. Just that's what I think, and that's how at least that's how I look at things, and that helps me not getting Saudi, being excited and hyped all about when I see something new coming up, because I know it's just one step in the right direction.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, Var's saying, are the packs actually burning this time, or might the team be opening them and sending decks to Nifty again? Nah, I think the Nifty thing was an Aggie idea. Not that Matt was opposed to it, but I highly doubt that they're going to do that again.
No, I mean, it's set already. 90% going, 90% burn, 10% to the DAO, or something like that, or the opposite.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, the team reserves the right to use, to do with the packs what they will, right? So they could still set aside. I mean, they have that clause in there.
I mean, is it still the case if technically DAO is owning, like have ownership? Is really the team now in control of what to do with the packs?
The team is in 100% control, because there was a clause there put in that post, or the proposal, that said something along the lines of like, the team will be responsible and can choose, the pricing, can choose this XYZ.
Oh, okay.
Right. So
I guess I missed that part, but
yeah, again, it's one of those, the legal team probably wrote it. It's just a catch-all. So if they ever need to lean on that, they can always point to that. But I don't think that they would actually go and give decks to Nifty. Because here's the thing, with Chaos Legion, the cards were already somewhat devalued. We already had way too many out there. So offering a chance for newer players to onboard, again, I don't think that it was going to provide further damage, right? Because that happened in March, and we're seeing lows consistently throughout the rest of the summer. I don't think Nifty did that. It was just there was too many cards already out there to begin with.
Not Nifty. It was like just a blip.
So, the argument for potentially devaluing Rebellion cards, I think, would stick much stronger this time. But also, in order to play, you don't need the new Rebellion cards. If you're going to come in and play for free, right? Somebody can come in and rent or borrow one of the decks from Nifty and still play the game, try it out. I still believe in what Nifty is trying to do, and I think if there is some kind of situation in the future, it could be a great onboarding platform for many players to come in, try it out for a month. Try it out for a month, win some games, get their butt kicked by Rebellion cards, realize the Rebellion packs are still in print and Chaos Legion cards are going for super cheap, and all of a sudden we can, it can still provide value. It's just people need to be patient on it.
Patience is always the key.
New player, Gather matches. New player experience needs to be PvE. So new players don't fight bots. They fight against Splinterlands programs, which can be set to well, that's what novice is, right? Isn't it all just novice bots?
Yeah.
If I buy more than 50, my wife divorces Just me, says Leandro. All right, well,
At this point, Leandro, you have to ask yourself: did you choose the right wife?
I love the saying. Was it crypto is a wife changing event, right?
Yeah.
I'm planning on 50. No threats though. Method. Oh my gosh, Method. I haven't seen you in a minute. Yeah, I remember you. We still never finished. Oh gosh, what was that game? Red Dead Redemption 2. I'll need to get back to that at some point, but I hope you're doing well, man. Steve says, yeah, for sure, Matt agreed there isn't a need to wait for a new Soulbound to let us unlock those. Okay, cool. I missed that. Sorry, I was listening late at night. Also, the cards have chains. I think the unlock stuff is already programmed in. If we get the Bitcoin ETF next year, we can go bull for BTC at least. I'd love to see that, but if we stick with a cycle, like I don't think the ETF is gonna by itself push things to new heights. But I think it, like back in, was it December of 2020 and December of 2016, weren't those the two times that we hit new all-time highs for those cycles? So I wouldn't be surprised if we have to wait until December of 2024 to cross 69, 70K, whatever it is. Rooney207 says, per after sound, everyone DM Yabba Matt to unlock Soulbound reward cards. Yeah, sure. No, I actually don't do that yet because I haven't fully unlocked mine and I don't want to buy them. Higher SPS just gives people confidence to buy more things.
See, that's an important caveat. They were not going to stop printing them. They will just let you unlock them. So you can still
I guess it's true.
you can still collect your cards and max them out, but the extras you'll be able to actually sell if there is somebody that wants to buy them. Stevie,
I guess that's true.
I'll sell you a max gold foil Kulu. First thing I'll do is I'll sell you a max gold foil Kulu.
Max gold foil Kulu. There you go. So Charles says higher SPS just gives people confidence to buy more things. Indeed. Oh, so it was gathering the magic strategy, 10% strategy.
Yeah.
VT Macro says I'm buying 100 packs tomorrow and probably another 50 in a few weeks. All right.
Yeah, but in a few weeks,
I was thinking that we'll sell 300,000 packs.
In a few weeks, maybe there is nothing to buy, man. Don't.
So you okay? Are you willing to put on the record here what your prediction of how many packs sell and how quickly they sell out, if that's the case?
Oh yeah, sure. I mean, I've said it before. I'm just obviously I'm not betting. I'm just saying my opinion and
yeah, no. This is just there's no bet here. I'm just curious.
So I like Gathering's prediction that it will sell in 2 hours, but I don't believe that. I mean, even me, as optimistic as I am, I don't believe it will sell in 2 hours. But I think the pre-sale will sell in maximum 2 weeks. So, and I'm also expecting that I might be surprised pleasantly and get that before that. But I'm not taking any chances. I'm buying the first hour, all my packs, and let it ride.
Gathering's asking everyone's thoughts. Yeah, so based on what I've seen so far, top 200 accounts in game, and I'll have to double check again today to see how it is. But the top 200 accounts in game only have like 1 billion DEC. Or in order to sell out all 500,000 packs, you need 2 billion DEC for that. So I would say that maybe we do sell 250,000 on day one. I think some people have put that out there, but I don't know what the appetite will be like for that afterwards.
I just think the people are underestimating the FOMO because it's like, as I said, I mean, maybe I'm weak, but as I said, I was planning to just do 500 and not put any outside money in, but then it was like, screw everything, man, fuck it. I mean, it's a limited event, so
yeah,
I mean, I'm going to need the packs anyways. My plan is to max eventually my rebellion set. So if I'm going to need packs down the line and I'm trying to buy more packs down the line, then I might as well do it when it gives me something extra. It's just like it's no brainer for me.
Yeah. I'll say this. I understand the FOMO. because even I'm starting to feel it too, right? I told myself I'd buy between 0 and 10 packs, but I think about how good that Mantaroth card is going to be. Actually, not even him, the other one, the Grim Bardoon. And part of
the
me is just
rare
like,
one.
oh, well, like every multiple of 10 packs, you get another BCX, maybe you get lucky with one of them. So I think it's hard to determine what the price of that card is going to be on the secondary market, at least initially. But if we do sell out, the full amount of packs, I think the math I had was about 450 max copies for both Mantaroth and Grim Bardoon Smith.
Yeah, somebody actually was also doing some math, and they came up with like 300 something. But of course, there'll be some extra copies that are dropping, I'm sure. So yeah, it makes sense it to be around 400. But I mean, 400 is just too low, man. It's just
True. Yeah.
how much is Dr. Blythe? Because I know your
Blythe's
numbers, guy. I don't
He's-
usually check things.
I saw him going between $30 and $40, so he
No,
dropped
no, I'm
down
saying
quite a bit.
in circulation.
Oh, how many were
like,
printed?
Yeah,
I don't know. Actually, that's a good question. Let's go check.
yeah.
I think this will be. Yeah, you know what? I'll bust out the calculator and we can see how Dr. Blight compares, because I think people would probably be interested in seeing that or using it as a bit of a proxy. So let's see, Dr. Blight. So we had 2,100 BCX printed. That's still a lot.
That's like 2,000.
Yeah, was it
Almost
2,100? Yeah, 2,100 divided by 21,000, right?
Yeah,
21,390 divided.
almost 2,000 max copies, man.
Yeah, 2,000 max copies.
So this one could be like 20%.
Somebody burned a Dr. Blight. Thank you for your sacrifice.
That's probably was Jim.
So the promo. So here's the thing, right? Mantaroth is going to be significantly rarer or scarcer. 500,000 packs. Again, we're just looking at the base minimums here, right? So 500,000 packs divided by 100 packs per BCX is 5,000 total BCX. It's going to be 1/4 of the total BCX printed, less than 1/4. And then you divide that by 11, and that's how you get the 454.
You counting the legendary one?
Yeah, the legendary one, but the other one is the same, right, or roughly the same, because it's like 11 BCX or 115 BCX, so they're very, very similar.
Yeah, and if for a rare card to have only 400 max copies, and I would say a good rare card, I think it will hold some price.
Yeah, well, the thing is, the rare card is going to be good at even some of the lower levels too, right? Like I think about that card being valuable just at gold. Like so that's a card, for example, the Grim Bardoon Smith. I want to get that at gold level because I don't necessarily need the repair, but having like a mix of Almo Cambio and Onyx Sentinel, right, where you get the benefits of both attack defenses plus immunity, I think is awesome.
Yeah, and it just you get also some, like every 250 you get also a gold foil one.
Yeah, you get a gold foil.
So it's just, I mean, yeah, I as I see it, if not the whole amount of packs, it will pay some of the packs that I'm purchasing. It's like a cash back, really, to me. Yeah, and on top of all, they're neutral, man. They can be played almost any battle, like majority of the battles.
See, now you're gonna make me FOMO in, because now you know what I want to get. Like I think if I'm just gonna be playing in gold, it'd be good to get 600 packs, because then I get 6 BCX of Mantaroth and 60 BCX of the rare card.
I've always had faith in you, man. I think I even told you
600 packs. What is this? Oh, it's
maybe
$2,400.
Maybe I told Steve. He was like, "Yeah, I'm not going to buy a lot of packs," and I said, "No, yeah, you will."
But I sold some vouchers to Virus. And I've been selling a bunch of vouchers as well, just on the marketplace to stop myself from from going crazy into it. But
Yeah, I
the
stocked everything that I need, so now I'm
now you're
sleeping
good to go.
like a baby.
Well, the thing is, I have a ton of like DEC and SPS on like other chains, just not in game, and I refuse to bring that in game. But I'm like, oh, I could if I wanted to. Um, the thing is,
You under
I would
Right.
only be doing it for the promo cards, right? Because like those are going to be super rare, and my goal would be if I'm able to buy packs, right? So let's say you buy if I were to buy like 500 packs, for example, right? Then I'm getting each of those packs or 550 with the bonus, right? I'd be getting
Yeah.
each of these packs for $3.56. I would be one of those resellers on the secondary market because I don't really care that much about the future airdrops, at least not right now. I would wait to see if there's a dip in the market later and then go in and buy a bunch of packs or buy cards.
Where do you think the dip will come from?
Well, that's gonna be the key. I don't know, but what I guess what I'm trying to say right now is like, sure, I could pull stuff out of like LPs if I wanted to, but I would immediately want to put it back into the LPs afterwards because that's not supposed to be play money for me, right? That's supposed to be part of the investment side, which I've separated out.
How is Rebellion cards not an investment?
I don't like investing in cards. I like playing with them, so I'll buy them as my entertainment money, or entertainment fund.
I mean, I just think that you're underestimating the FOMO, but we'll see.
I'm not underestimating everybody else's FOMO.
No,
I'm
yours,
counting
yours.
it. Yeah, no, I'm
No,
fighting my. No, you're right. I'm fighting my own FOMO. That's for sure.
yeah, it's a battle you won't win. So, but I
We'll
mean, you can
see.
try.
I mean, the last major sale that we had was Rift Watchers, and I bought a ton of Rift Watcher packs. And I really should have. I did unload a good amount of them afterwards, uh, mainly because I was just like I wanted to get Sure. But the problem was I then unloaded them onto tower defense packs and tower defense. Like I just keep making bad moves. It's like back when DEC was like 15x above its peg, I was like trying to ring the alarm here and be like, all right, guys, this thing's gonna go back down. So what was I doing? I was selling DEC for SPS, and then SPS goes down 99%. So at
Well, I
some point,
mean,
yeah.
but DC would have gone too. So it's like it seems like you didn't have a right move, so you made the right move based on all the information you had. Anyways, I mean, just because it didn't turn out the way you were expecting it or you were hoping for, doesn't mean it was wrong move. So don't beat yourself up. And like all assets are like
Sure.
down.
Well, that's why it's important to like get back into stables or into Bitcoin or something, right? Into something else that isn't necessarily game related, so that you can take advantage of the dips if and when they happen.
Well, yeah, I do understand it, but it's very easy on theory. I mean, saying it post factum,
Mhm.
it's super easy, man.
Yeah.
But when you have to do it, good luck with that.
Yeah. Look, I mean, I still think, as much as I don't want this to be the case, I still believe there's going to be a slight oversupply of cards for Rebellion, and that you will be able to snipe some decent cards or packs on the secondary market.
You may be right, but
Yeah.
my thinking is good luck with that. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
it may turn out this way. Just like I don't really see it. Like, I just the way things are set up, and having in mind we'll probably burn more than half of the whole set, and with all the measures Matt had taken to make sure people want to hold to their cards and their packs because they're getting stuff for free. Why would you
Mhm.
offload something that supposedly is very close to keeping its value, at least, if not appreciating, and on top of all, you're getting something for it? It just sounds like no incentive for the people to do that. Is what I'll be selling. I'll tell you what my strategy will be. Once we're able to open the packs, I'll be selling the gold foils, but that's just so I can max
Max out
as
the other ones.
cheaply as
Yeah.
possible my regular foils. But
Yeah.
there'll be people that are chasing the gold foils anyway, so there'll be demand for those. And the copies that I get, I'll be just staking them in the wagons and playing. So I really don't see, even from an investor point of view, why would somebody not wait until the set is out of print, and when eventually maybe we have more players and whatnot, and we'll be in a rush to sell. Like I don't see the incentive to sell.
Hmm.
I know
Well,
bulk buys and whatnot, but I still don't see the incentive.
again, I'm hoping that I'm wrong on that, right? I'm hoping that the incentives are there. I really like the way that the airdrop conflict system has been designed, and I hope that it can accomplish its goal where either
No,
people
you're
choose
lying.
to hold.
You're lying. You're
What do you
hoping
mean?
on you're hoping on the opposite so you can get your deals. You just said it. That you'll be sniping. You'll be trying to snipe some good deals. You're
No, no,
hoping
no.
for the
Let me.
opposite.
Okay, let me. I'm not hoping. I'm actually hoping that I'm wrong, right? I'm willing, because for the health of the game, right? For the health of the ecosystem, Rebellion not having a dip in prices is going to be beneficial overall. I know that I'm missing out, right? I'm actively missing out. I'm not cheering against it. I'm just saying that if it does, then I'm hedging my bets by saying I'll buy in on a dip. But
But you understand I'm joking, right? I mean,
no, no, no. I know.
you'll be saying it as if I am attacking you, and I was just joking. Like, uh, you'll be secretly hoping that you're right, so
that
you
that,
can.
that it dips. No, well, that's a valid criticism. What I'm trying to get at here is, my biggest like investment in the game is SPS. I want SPS to Moon, right? That's life changing for me if I can get SPS to Moon. I love the game for what it is, and I'll continue to buy cards, whether it's Chaos Agent, Rift Watchers, Rebellion, over time, based on the perceived need for it, rather than aping into it. This will be the first. This will be the first set that I don't ape into, right? I did it with Chaos Agent. I did it with Rift Watchers. I'm not somebody that necessarily tracks my collection value over time, but I also don't want to throw another couple grand at this set. I want to see what happens differently. So here's the benefit, right? I'm setting it up in a way where I get to. It's a win-win situation for me. If
Is
I'm,
it though?
yeah, well, here's the thing. If I'm right, let's put it this way: if I'm right that we do end up getting a dip, right? If I'm right that we do end up getting a dip, then I'm able to come in for cheaper than maybe I would have been able to buy during the pre-sale. But if I'm wrong, and I'm hoping that I'm wrong, then that would mean that Matt is successful in designing a sale that preserves the value of cards. And I think that alone could be a huge marketing thing, marketing point for the entire game, that could get people to come in, burn more SPS for DEC, buy more cards, be much more confident in the ecosystem. And then the value of my SPS stack goes up.
You know what? You just make me even more hype now. Just
So,
just 5 minutes. Just 5 minutes ago, you said that you're always making the wrong decisions.
so
So you made my day. You made my day
all
now.
right.
You like,
Oh, like I said, I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong.
yeah. Well, I don't want you to be wrong, but I hope you're wrong too.
No, no, no. It's okay. You can hope. I'm hoping that I'm wrong too. Again, here's the thing. I've been able to like remove like the emotional playing side of this for me from like the investment side. So I really want the investment to take off. You know what I mean? Like I want the game to be so incredibly successful that SPS goes to $1. That would be awesome. Um, but I myself don't need to compete at the highest levels. In fact, I just downgraded my entire thing where I don't play in diamond anymore. I play in gold. And when Rebellion comes out, I'm gonna buy enough cards that I can play, still be competitive in gold. But I'd be willing to drop down to silver just to see what it's like, playing with a lot of these cards, and then slowly over time build my collection up rather than going hard on it day one. Like I don't necessarily need that versus someone like Darkest Night. Like Darkest Night gets so much satisfaction from making champ one in both wild and modern, right? For me, wherever I end up, it doesn't matter. I just have fun playing the game. I have fun, talking about the meta with people, participating in tournaments, all that. I know that my collection's incomplete, but for me, it's just the participation aspect is fun. I enjoy it as a game, but I really want the investment side to take off.
Did he change his mind already?
Well, he's still playing, but
No, no.
I think
I'm just saying, like, if he's going to participate in the Rebellion, like,
no, he's not going to be participating in Rebellion. So at least not at this point. He. I don't want to speak for him. It's just
yeah. I mean, I was just
he's
curious about that. We
yeah,
don't need to discuss him because, like, yeah, it's not nice to discuss somebody that is not here to actually
No,
defend himself.
I, yeah, I'm not even trying to say anything bad about him. I just don't want to put any words in his mouth. The sentiment that I get from him is he just wants to see, like, he doesn't, let's put it this way, all right? He doesn't believe that anything has changed.
Okay.
So I think my hope is that if Matt can come in and do all the things that he's trying to do, land, rebellion, all of that, my hope is that Darkest Night will be able to see that things have changed. So, but
I'm just thinking. I'm just thinking. As far as I know him, like from as much as I could gather from the little time I've known Darkest Night in person, I think that he trusts Matt in general, and he trusts that when Matt says something, he actually means it. He never oversays things. He never overhypes things. He never. If anything, he's always on the mellow side. Like worst case scenario, he's the worst case scenario guy.
Yeah.
And I don't know if he did watch our stream yesterday, but I'm sure if he does, especially since, as you said, I was trying to push the conversation towards what is the end game, what is the long term goal. I'm thinking if he hears that and actually trusts the person that is saying it, I think he will change his mind. Just my opinion. I mean, of course, he does.
Yeah.
Himself, but
again, this is what I try to be, have a lot of nuance around, right? The community feels very differently about Aggie than they do Matt. And if I'm understanding Darkest Night's position correctly, he doesn't look at Aggie and Matt as very different in the sense of, like, at the end of the day, talk is cheap. So until whoever is CEO, it doesn't matter what their name is, whoever is CEO can come in and actually show that they're effective in terms of, like, delivering on all the promises, it doesn't matter to him, right? Like and this is a big thing for him right now, is that he's obsessed with Parallel. He's spending a ton of money in Parallel.
Well,
right?
I hope it works for him.
Yeah. Well, but what I'm trying to say here, I guess what I'm trying to say here is that obviously I want him to come back to the Splinterlands side. So don't get me wrong. It's just, I understand where he's coming from, where he's just like, I've been burned a lot and it's just been, talk is cheap. I want to see deliveries. So it's just like,
you're one step already in Parallel too. So it will be sad. Hopefully you won't make that wrong decision. But I mean, to leave us for the new shiny thing, the next shiny thing. But on the point that you were saying that he sees Matt and Aggie the same, that really doesn't make any sense, because I agree with you that talk is cheap, but just by hearing people talk, you can figure out how much you can take things with a grain of salt or actually believe what you're hearing, because we all know that Aggie was a hype man. I mean, that wasn't a secret. So whenever he says something, there is always, even if he really means it, or even if he's confident about it, everybody would be saying it will be taking it with a grain of salt, just because we know he has the tendency to overhype things for the good reasons. Don't get me wrong, but that's what we knew about Aggie, or at least anybody that was long enough in the ecosystem. That's what they probably know or take away from Aggie. And he himself, Aggie, when talking about Matt, he was always saying, like, he's always like the guy that is like very cautious with predictions, like always worst case scenario, looking at worst case scenario. And that's important. Like if a company is in survival mode, you need somebody that looks in the worst possible scenario and takes that as a reality when facing their decisions, to actually hope that the company will survive. And that's exactly what he's doing. And as I said, I don't remember, or at least I cannot imagine Matt saying something he doesn't truly believe, and also seeing it as a worst case scenario. I never heard him talking about best case scenario.
Sure. Look, again, you don't have to convince me, right? I mean,
No, no, no.
and
I'm
I'm
just
I'm not going to sit here and defend his position.
no, no,
Obviously,
no, no.
I'm still very excited about what's going on, right? Like, I do understand the difference, and I'm giving Matt this kind of time frame to get himself established, set his feet, right? Like Darkseid was just like, let's see what he can do in 30 days. And I was on a 3-way call with him and Tails, right? We were talking for like an hour and a half. I don't know, this was a couple of weeks ago. And Tails was like, "What do you mean 30 days? Like it's got to be 90 days minimum, right?" And so it was funny to hear kind of like the different approaches where it's just like you can't give him this short period of time. So either way, I don't necessarily agree with his analysis of the situation. I understand where he's coming from because let's be real. Like I think for him, what he feels most burned by, and this is the last thing I want to say because I'd rather he come on and talk himself. It's just a game. He wants, like, he's having fun with it, and all the changes that happen, all the things that have like not been delivered, Soulkeep being another one, right? Like he just wants to play a fun game. And I think the drama of the situation, the lack of deliveries, all the stuff became unfun for him. And so therefore now he's out there seeking other games. So my hope is, all right, well, not that combined with the fact that at some point his collection was worth a ton of money and he was not looking at it as an investment until that point in time, and then not selling then, right? So it's just been one thing after another. Either way, I hope that once things turn around a little bit, once we can get Soulkeep, once we can get land, he will come out. He will come back just to explore what it is, because we still talk about it. I mean, he and I still talk every day, right? And it's just like we talk about. He'll always ask me, he's like, "So what's going on in the Splinterlands world?" I'm like, "Oh, it's okay. We don't have to talk about it today because," right? But he's still curious about what's going on, and my hope is that once stuff is actually here, he'll come back because he's excited.
I'm pretty sure he will. I mean, a lot of people will, and they might even. That's why I was saying before, like when I stopped playing the game, when I like kind of checked out,
Mm-hmm.
I just closed the browser and that was it. I didn't sell anything. It's just like,
Yeah.
I mean, you can argue that at that point it wasn't really even worth selling, but that's beside the point, because at least I could have gotten something out if I was thinking like, okay, time to sell and move on. But I was just like, okay, now it's not fun for me. It feels like a grind. It feels like I'm working.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I'll stop playing for a while, and it was also a wrong decision, but at least it was the the less wrong
Yeah.
decision. So
Sure. Yeah.
how do you
Well,
feel? How do you feel about the other shiny new thing that everybody's so excited about, like as usual?
oh, like Parallel and Big Time and all those.
Yeah, the big time. I mean, parallel we just discussed, but how do you feel about the big time? Like,
I haven't spent any time looking at it, so I don't know. I know Bulldog and Tails are all exploring it. Um, my guess is this, and you're not gonna like it, but my guess is this. All of these games that have not gone through a full bull run the way that Splinterlands has have a much higher potential for a return on investment. Now, that's not to say whether the games are fun or that their economies are designed appropriately, but I call it dumb money. When dumb money comes in and they're just looking for a place to throw money at something that hasn't experienced that yet, which has a smaller circulating supply, which doesn't have the baggage and drama, it doesn't have people complaining in Discord, right, about XYZ. That's always going to be the case. You look at every other bull run, and not necessarily gaming projects, but like every other bull run, the opportunity to earn a ton of money is there because, or sorry, I shouldn't say the opportunity to earn a ton of money, but the newer projects, the shiny things are what people tend to go for, right? There's a lot of L1s in 2017 that didn't pop off in 2021. My guess is we're going to see a lot of projects in 2025 that were popular, right, in 2021, but don't necessarily make it there or don't make new all-time highs. So that being said, I still think that Splinterlands really threads the needle in terms of being a cool game with a lot of like potential, right? I was always big on like the esports side and what Weirdbeard brought. I think it threads the needle with being that, as well as having a cool tokenomic design. And God, I hope that they can get it. I hope that they can buck that trend. But when new players are coming in, I don't doubt that that's going to be the case with something like Parallel, right? So I don't even own any Parallel assets yet, right? For me, it's just been fun to play. But if I was to get involved with Parallel, I'd probably just buy some Prime token, wait for that thing to do 5-10x during the bull run, and then exit the position, because that's the lesson that I feel like I learned with a lot of these other projects. Whereas Splinterlands, I do believe in long term, and I want to see how things play out, and I want to continue owning assets because I understand where Matt's vision's going. But I've also learned that when there's a massive trade to be made, such as DEC just now and potentially SPS in the near future with the flywheel, I'm going to take some profit too.
Are we having a discussion about that? Because I have a lot to say on what you just said. I mean,
Please, yeah.
Are we diving deep into this one?
If you want to. I'm sorry about the chat, but we will get back to the chat. Let's give BB Omega a chance to respond.
Oh yeah, I mean, just what you're saying is there was previous bull run, there was dumb money going into gaming, so there is a good chance that next bull run there will be also more dumb money going into gaming or Web3. But there were dumb money going into ICOs in 2017.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see any ICO popping up like 4 years later? There was dumb money going into all these liquidity pools. Did you see that happen later? It's just what you just said. Like you made my point, which I was going to try to make, but you made it for me. You said, I know how it works now. I know how to treat it. That's what I'm going to do because I learned my lesson. Don't you think that all these people that were during that big hype, and it was a lot of people because it was a lot of dumb money, don't you think that many of them had also learned their lesson and they would also do the same? And when there are enough people doing the same thing, just the point, like the time when the decline comes will be way faster. So the window to actually make some money will be way smaller. Because everybody will be going in, not everybody, but the majority, with the same mindset. And when there is value to be extracted, if they don't have, and I don't think they do, I mean, I didn't dive deep into any of those projects, but I don't think they have a working economy that makes sense for their token. So if they don't have the economy, it's just the regular pump and dump we see every bull cycle in different types of projects. Like it was first the ICOs, then the DeFi, then Web3. It's like we see all this every next bull cycle, there is something new coming up that is soaking up a lot of the dumb money. And sure, some are still, since they were here, they know what to expect in certain areas, so they focus on that area. But that's a blessing and a curse at the same time, because as you said, they're going with the same mindset. I know how this I've seen this movie already. I know how it plays out, so I'm going to play by the book. And if everybody plays by the book, yeah, sure, there will be some innocent people that never knew what's happening, and then they decided that they want to be part of it, and then they'll get burned. But just the window itself, I'm thinking the window of opportunity will be very, very small and probably very difficult to time. So I don't know, it just feels like, yeah, I get it. It's a brand new shiny thing and everybody is excited about it. Everybody is jumping into it. But usually good things don't last that long. And also, I was saying, and I was indirectly talking to you, which I don't think is fair, so I'll say it now when I'm on your stream. When you were playing Parallel, and you made a comment during the game, like, oh, okay, see, now that's how I know that I'm playing a player. I'm playing a person. I don't know if you remember, like.
Probably, I mean, I'm sure I've said that multiple times. But yeah.
It was just like a genuine reaction of you feeling like, oh, okay, now I really know that I'm actually playing a player.
Because they made a major mistake.
Yeah, but yeah, of course you're against a real player, because what is the incentive for people to be making bots? It's just not there. But if it comes to a point where it's really profitable, oh, believe me, they'll find a way to script bots. Whatever is programmed by human beings can be botted by other programmers that are also human beings, they can just, especially now with ChatGPT and everything, like
Sure.
they
Yeah.
will
Yeah.
find a way to bot it if it's worth it. At this point, just you're saying like you're earning like what, like a fraction of Darkest Knight was saying like he's earning like what, a
Yeah. He's
fraction
like
of
half a
percent.
penny.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So nobody will put the work to get 100,000, 5,000, whatever many bots if they're just if the money is just not there. And I'm
But
thinking if anybody is thinking that those projects are insured against the things that Splinterlands
mhm.
went through, they're delusional because I mean, when there is something to be earned, people will find a way to exploit it. For me, that's undeniable. But I mean, I don't
Look,
know.
okay. Um, I, f- I feel like I'm gonna get put into a position where I have to defend Parallel, and
No,
I
no,
don't
no.
I don't want to because I have no like emotional feelings about it. But just to respond to like your points, for example, um, the thing with Parallel, like we're talking about people just playing a game because they enjoy it, right? Versus Splinterlands being a place where you can actually still have that play to earn dream, right? What the dream that Axie sold in 2021 of like, hey, you can quit your job and earn a ton of money playing this. Look, at the end of the day, I think they're trying to attract two different audiences, right? Parallel's trying to create probably what Weirdbeard was doing, where it's a very prestigious type of game experience, right? They already had their Battles 2.0. It's not about the earnings; it's about creating an experience that people really enjoy. Whereas I think what happens with Splinterlands is it's still very much focused on the DeFi side. Now, if you want to make money, where do you go? You go to Splinterlands. If you want to have fun, where do you go? Well, it just depends on your
Hearthstone.
it depends on your preference type, right? Because and this is why I think Parallel has a much better chance of pulling Hearthstone players, and I think it was a great move for them to get Ali Straza because they're not trying to make money, right? Sorry, they're not trying to like pay tons of money for this. They just want people to realize the value of owning your assets and playing a game that you enjoy. Now, Splinterlands can do that too, but Splinterlands is a very different type of game than Hearthstone is. So if you just look at it again, not from an earnings perspective, just from a we'll call it a parallel kind of gaming perspective, which one has the ability to pull people away? Probably more Gods Unchained, probably more Parallel that is able to pull because it's literally a clone of that game. They're just giving you ownership of the assets rather than you buying cards or whatever. So they're trying to do two different things here. Again, I'm not trying to say that Parallel is better than Splinterlands, right? Specifically talking about both projects. I'm not trying to say one is better than the other. I think there's opportunities to make, money in both technically, right? But with Parallel, the earning potential, I would say, is very much separated out from the game side. I just told you that it doesn't matter what assets I own in the game. If I'm looking to make money in Parallel, I think you're going to get dumb money that comes in and buys the prime token for whatever kind of utility they give their prime token. So buy it now, buy it whenever. Again, not financial advice, but that's what I would do. I haven't done it. I'm just saying that's what I would do instead of buying a ton of assets in the game that I'm only playing casually. But if I wanted to play the game more, then I would go in and start buying assets there. As opposed to the Splinterlands side, you can buy and earn a significant amount now and even a larger significant amount later, right? And I know SPS is at like a penny, but I would say that if you're playing in Champ, you're probably earning a couple bucks a day, right? Just with your SPS, just the SPS that you earn per match and per your reward chest and all that. So to me, they're covering two different things here. So it's hard for me to like compare. And the problem is like, Dark Knight comes on and he wants to compare the two because he has, feelings about one or the other. You're trying to compare them here. I think that they're going very separate directions.
Oh,
And
I'm
like I
not.
said, I trust
I'm
Matt.
not comparing. I'm not comparing
I,
them,
I
and I'll tell you why.
You're not comparing them. Okay.
No, no. Finish, and then I'll tell you why. You trust
That's
Matt?
that. I trust Matt, and I like the direction of where he's taking it. But where he's taking Splinterlands, his long-term vision is very different from where the Parallel team is taking their game. So I guess it's when we're comparing them right now, it's like we're we're not comparing apples and oranges. What we're doing is comparing apples and orange seeds, right? So like the potential for what they can be, they look very similar, maybe right now, because they're classified under the same category, right? Crypto gaming, NFT gaming, play to earn. But what I think they're trying to build is very different. So you plant those seeds, and I think Matt creates something that is very, auto battler DeFi focused. And I think that could be very successful because DeFi is a huge platform. We've seen successful DeFi projects all across the space. Whereas I don't believe that Parallel is trying to go out there. Like their white paper doesn't have rewards for liquidity pools. Actually, I needed to double check that claim. But my point is that they're not trying to build out this massive DeFi platform. They're trying to build out a really cool gaming experience similar to Hearthstone, similar to Gathering Magic, but just doing it on Web3 rails.
Okay. So
the
only thing I was comparing when I was comparing the two, and I wasn't comparing precisely those two. I was just saying on like the new shiny stuff that is coming out today, that they, in my mind, sooner or later will go through the majority of the hurdles that Splinterlands went through.
Agreed.
Like that was the only point of comparison. But talking about comparison, do you know which project was doing exactly what Parallel is doing, including getting Alistraz on board?
No, was Gods Unchained?
No, and it also has the same level of complexity, maybe even more than Parallel, and it's definitely something that would have appealed to the Hearthstone audience. It's Sky River.
Okay, I've only heard of it.
You probably have heard about it, but you never paid attention to it. Why? Because they're not the first that tried to go that route, is what I'm saying. So that's where a real comparison can get, because Sky River as a game, it's very entertaining. It's very Hearthstone-like, with even added one more layer of complexity, because there are a lot of ways to change the dynamic of the game while the game is progressing.
Sure.
So yeah, it's entertaining. The battles take like half an hour to an hour. I mean, depends. Like sometimes it can be faster, but it has the level of complexity that Hearthstone has. It has the level of complexity that Parallel is going after. But that's not what's going to drive people away from Hearthstone or from Magic the Gathering. Because if they want that, they already have it in a AAA studio. And they have it with a huge player base that they can compete against. The only selling point to any of those Web3 games is the Web3 part. And if you think that they don't care about it, like they're trying to just create like the perfect gaming experience, it's already there. Like people that have spent thousands of dollars in Hearthstone wouldn't be really that incentivized to spend $1,000 more in Parallel if it gives them pretty much the same thing they already have in Hearthstone.
I disagree with that. I mean, if they understand the value of owning your assets, owning the NFTs, right, verifiable on the blockchain where you're still able to play them. Like, see, this is okay. BB Omega, I love you because I know you're defending Splinterlands here, and now I feel like I'm forced to defend Parallel, and I don't really want to. All I'm saying is that I think there's an opportunity to make money with it, and it's a decently fun game. All right, I'm not trying to like push people towards it. It's fun because like why did you get when you were a kid? Why did you get into certain games?
Because I enjoyed playing it.
Because you enjoyed playing it, and the answer that I was trying to get at was like because your friends are playing it, right? I wouldn't have explored Parallel if Darkest Night and Tales weren't playing it, right? But now it's just like I know people that are playing it, so I'm jumping into it. I think their tokenomics are interesting at best. But yes, Splinterlands is unique in many ways in terms of what it's trying to build. Yeah, is it a carbon copy of all these other things? Absolutely. but do they have the opportunity to pull people from there? Because here's the thing, why would anybody play Hearthstone if they could play Magic the Gathering, and vice versa? You could have two different types of games that come up within the same genre. Like, why do people play Call of Duty versus Fortnite or versus PUBG, right? They're all essentially the same thing, but people just like a different flavor. They like something else. So again, I don't want to sit here and like defend Parallel, because that's not my point. The last thing I'll say,
wasn't about defending or attacking, man. It's just like saying opinion and stuff that I how I see things in general, and because I've seen it happen before. I've been through projects that were like booming overnight, and that everybody was like, yeah, that's going to give me my retirement. Even the ICOs, it was just like I've heard it all. I've been through, I lived it for a long time.
Agreed. And so this is what I'm saying. Like, if the pattern then repeats itself, right? If the pattern is going to repeat itself, just like with anything else, there's an opportunity there where you buy during a bear or pre-bull market, and then you sell. That was the mistake I think I made on a lot of projects in 2021, including Splinterlands, right? Like, I wish, I mean, don't get me wrong, I love the project, but I bought SPS at 20 cents. I wish I had sold it at $1, right?
Yeah, no.
Like, I mean, why? Like, that's a long way down to hold. So my point is this: I believe long term what Matt is trying to build. I don't have, I've found other ways to use the DeFi platform and stuff that's off chain in order to like earn money through the game or from the project. And I like the game, so I play it. I make content. I'm excited about the new release. I'm hyped and FOMO'd in, but not at the same level as everybody else. I'm trying to take a different approach this time. But here's my question for you.
Sure.
Why is big time getting so much attention right now and Splinterlands is not?
Because it's the first MMORPG that is Web3, and people are hoping they'll be early and making tons of money. Although from what I heard in the beginning, at least, because I was following the project from the beginning, like it went out around when Illuvium did, and in that moment I was following projects, like trying to be watching videos and listening to teams talking. So it has always been what I heard from them, the intention that it's not the NFTs, the things that you can buy, they won't be giving you ever advantage in game, to be just vanity stuff. That was the intention from the beginning, and it's a bit of like, now we have something WoW like, which we haven't had in this particular genre, where everybody's looking for the brand new shiny thing, and that of itself, it has no competition. They have no competition. That's the real reason, in my opinion, because people the beta came a few months after Diablo came out, so there was a huge hype around Diablo, and all of a sudden you have something close coming up in a place that promises you that you'll be paid for the time you spend in the game. So that's a big drive, but the problem is, can they keep up with the hype? Because if people are coming there because it's the genre type of game they're playing, but they also are hoping, seeing all these things happening in Web3, that they'll be making money out of this game while playing it, then you need to have a working economy. They need to have something that will make it valuable for actually you to be spending your time there and be rewarded for it. Like, this money has to come from somewhere.
Okay, that's fine. Now, look, you gave a lot of fantastic perspective and insight, right? I asked you that for a reason. And here's the thing. Don't, like, I'm not trying to diminish your answer, but what I am trying to say is it doesn't matter, because people are spending their money there. Why are they spending their money there? Yeah, they are. Why are they spending their money there, not in Splinterlands? The Splinterlands is so awesome, and Rebellion is literally starting tomorrow. Why are people spending their money there? And why are we not getting new players? Again, I'm not trying to shit on Splinterlands. I'm just saying that, like, I don't want to live in an echo chamber. Like people are finding other games, they're chasing what's shiny, and whether or not that shiny thing ends up being something that is awesome, right? Or if they're able to sustain, that's all a question for tomorrow, right? That's all a question for their team. My question is, we're about to like literally change the game for Splinterlands. This is a monumental moment. Why don't we have new players? And this is not
You know
even me
why?
this is not even me being bearish. I'm literally just saying that like the
But you know
gaming
why?
industry is gigantic. So it's like people will always go chase the shiny thing. It doesn't matter.
It's the same. It's the same. Shiny new thing that comes up. Is the same. The grass that is always greener on the other side, because it's burning me. I want to say. I have to say it. It's like I was thinking against saying it because Teos is not here, and I'm not going to attack him. I'm just going to say, guess which other game Teos was so excited about.
Yeah, Stella Fantasy.
What happened? Like I haven't heard anything recently about Stella.
Uh, well, okay, yeah, that's a conversation between you and him.
Oh
Right?
yeah,
Like,
no, we don't even have that conversation. And again, I'm not trying to. It was just like it was burning because we're like you
mhm.
mentioned, like Tails is excited about it, Bulldogs is excited about it, and I was like, it went through my mind. Yeah, I know, but I also have heard Tails being excited about another
About other
game.
games, sure, yeah.
Then three weeks later, it was like, yeah, well, what happened more? I mean, it just went to hell. I mean, and it was it looked very promising. If you remember,
Yeah,
I tried the game. I was like, yeah, it looks cool. It's a fun game. I dig it. Like, what happened with whatever protectors was BNB protectors?
oh,
I haven't heard
pancake
much.
protectors, yeah.
Pancake protectors. I haven't heard much about them recently.
No, it's a free to play game. There's not much to earn, so it's just it is what it is.
Well,
Unless you're playing at the highest
yeah,
levels.
Big Time is also free to play.
Okay, so here, because I want to move on. There's some really good chat
Okay, yeah,
that's
sorry.
happening in
Yeah,
here. No, no, no,
the conversation happened. So I'm
no.
like,
And please no. I know you're not attacking me. I hope you don't think I'm attacking you.
no, no.
It's an interesting discussion. All I'm gonna say on it is just like the way we feel about Splinterlands is the way people feel about all these other games, right? And the harsh reality is when you line up the Splinterlands chart, when you line up the market cap of cards, when you line up SPS or the market cap of the entire ecosystem, it's the same as any of all these other projects, down and to the right, right? So we all believe that Splinterlands is going to go up and to the right at some point, but you got these hardcore believers in other games, and like, I mean, if they want to go chase it there, they can chase it. For
Of
me,
course, man. People,
yeah.
people, people. I mean,
So
it's
it is what it is.
we're not trying to solve the dilemma there. Would there ever
Yeah.
need to be any Web3 games now that we have Splinterland? That's not the point. The point is like the people over obsessing about the shiny new stuff. And I know because I've been there, I've done that. I mean, I was so crazy about Illuvium.
Hmm.
Like one trailer, and because I know one trailer got you for this bunny thing, whatever. My hooligan
Yeah,
pet.
by Pet Hooligan.
I know my pet hooligan. I know one trailer got you there. Like it was like
Yeah,
it was really the thing that really catch you. That was the same with me with Illuvium. Like the trailer that I saw, I was like I fell in love with the concept of the game and whatnot. And I still believe they will go somewhere. I mean, I still believe that they will succeed. They will eventually get out of better. Then they have such good graphics and everything. They have a somewhat working land. They have all these things that we supposedly were that we were having we were supposed to be having, but we don't. But the thing is, they also were projecting being already released and in circulation long time ago. So those delays hit them as well. Land is still
hmm
better. It's been better for 8-9 months now. That I think I first started playing the beta of Illuvium Zero. It's still better. I mean, and you see like they're dropping because I'm in the Discord. They're dropping all the time. They're like this cool, and their Illuvium is simply like freaking amazing, man. It's
hmm
just beauty to watch them. But they're still working on it. They were supposed to be out beginning of the year. They're nowhere near actual release. But let's
Uh,
move on.
yeah. Let's move on. Don't forget that at the end of the day, I'm a Bitcoin maxi. So all of these are shitcoins to me, right? So like, when I think about them, it's not like I'm not investing time and energy and all this because I think that they're. I believe you when you say that they're going to pop and then the floor is
Oh,
going to
I don't
drop,
know that. Nobody knows
right?
that.
So
I'm not saying that.
yeah,
I'm not
but
saying they will.
it's just All right, hold on. Let's catch up with some of the chat because there's been before we do, BB Mega. It's always a fantastic discussion with you. So I don't want you hopefully
And
take
yeah,
anything the
enjoy.
wrong way.
No, man. It's so friendly banter about stuff.
Yep. All right. So Rooney says it would have worked out much better if Nifty purchased the packs themselves. Sorry guys, I know we're like almost an hour behind on chat, but I'm gonna try and rip through as much as I can.
My fault. I'm sorry, guys.
Don't. It's nobody's fault. We got into a good discussion. That's what this is all about. All right. So Gather Magic thinks. I think it sells out the first day. Very bullish there. Method's doing well. I deleted every. Yeah, 2 hours. Oh, he's backtracking to the first day, but I again, going back to the pre-sale, I want it to sell out. Like I would love for it to sell out fast. I'm just not seeing the numbers there yet. So 100 packs for BC. Icy Flow saying half sold the first day, another half. Where is it? Another half over the next month. See, I can see this because we're already seeing like the 1 billion DEC kind of locked up in accounts.
Well, but but the way I understand it, he's saying it will sell out. It just the first day will sell half, and the rest will be sold until the end of pre-sale.
Yeah. True. All right. So my guess is day one we sell around 100K to 150K packs. So Steve, I do think we maybe sell out over the month. So if we do have I'll say this, if we do have a very strong first day or even like first couple of days, I think people will see that as an opportunity to be like, ooh, I have a couple more weeks to go after this. And if it looks like it's going to sell out, I think you'll get that FOMO that comes in. So for example, people like me, right? If we sell 200, 300,000 the first day, all of you guys are going to be laughing at me every time I stream. You're going to be like, oh, you're not going to succumb to the FOMO. You're not going to come in. And I'm just be like, at some point, right? Like, like late October, I'll be like, screw it.
Shit, I'm missing the train. Let me pull out.
Yeah, it looks like I'm missing the train. All right, fine, I'll jump in. So the longer it goes on, the better chance it has of getting people like me. So people have credit cards, and the packs are also sold for credits. Yep, and especially with DEC being close to peg, credits kind of don't matter at this point. So I'm starting to FOMO with my DEC I had set aside for land. I was holding strong, not spending it, but Virus is feeling the FOMO as well.
Yeah.
150 max. All right, this morning I was planning on buying 100 packs. Already changed to 300. Am I the only player with no DEC? I mean, I don't know, Rooney. Maybe not. Actually, I sold 2/3 of mine already. I'll probably sell the other third soon. So I committed to 500 packs, but may buy enough to get the max promos. I mean, which is 1,000 or about 1,000. Since Rebellion is summoner heavy, I'm betting the airdrop cards are going to be really strong. I mean, Matt even teased that on the town square yesterday after Sound Bear's back. So remember when everyone was certain cards will jump in value after packs sell out? Yeah. After Sound, how do you think the oversupply of Rebellion could happen?
I'll see.
I think if people, okay. There's a lot of elements to this Virus. If SPS starts to spike, more people buy packs, and more people that buy packs probably end up buying cards that they don't necessarily need for airdrops because they're locking in the gains of their SPS. So the floor may not drop until after the conflicts are over at the end of next year. But the thing is, if whales continue to buy packs because SPS keeps on going up, we end up with way more DEC in the ecosystem, and we end up with way more packs in the ecosystem and subsequently cards, right? We may not feel that effect. Yeah, we may not feel that effect for a while, but it still, if we fail, if Splinterlands the game fails at bringing in new players to soak up all those extra cards, I still think we can get to a point where we get Rebellion cards super cheap in a year.
But how is the SPS tied to packs?
How is SPS tied to packs?
Yeah,
I mean, if SPS shoots up to 5 cents, people will need to spend or burn less than or like only 25% of the SPS to get the same amount of DEC in order to buy those packs. So it's the same thing as Rift Watchers.
But also aside from buying packs, they have other things to do with DC, mainly on land. Because I don't know about other people, but me, I completely ignored my land. I completely put it on the back
Hmm.
burner. I said, yeah, I'm not going to curse because I know, I mean, I don't want to demonetize you, but I said, whatever, I'll just, I'll just do it later. I mean, I don't need to be in a rush. So I know that I'll be missing a lot of DC, and I'm sure that see, Virus was even talking about that he's considering that, and you know how serious Virus is about the land game. So
Hmm.
even he's considering that. So I'm thinking a lot of people are like, okay, I'm having the DC now, I don't have the land. So I'll go and participate in the pre-sale, and then I'll figure out whatever, however I get the DC.
Yeah.
But that DC is still something people need to get. So before they're going to like, what can I do with my SPS? Maybe I'll just burn it to buy some packs. They don't have to if it's not really profitable, and the whole system is set in a way that it should not be really that profitable aside from the bulk discounts. And then again, they should sell it a little bit cheaper than what Splinterland selling them in order to be moving
Hmm.
them. So it eats from that profit as well. So I don't know, it's just like, why would they invest in something that they can make a slight profit when, for example, they can just say put their SPS in LP and earn from that, or keep it like staked and earn from that. It's like, why would they miss on that opportunity just to buy packs they don't need, on which they can make maybe a slight profit? Just
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying that everybody's going to, but like, I mean, for me, if my SPS quadruples in value, well, then all of a sudden I might buy more packs than I was intending to.
but you'll be buying them to use them. You'll be buying them to build a deck. You won't be buying them to speculate or resell them, I would think.
No, not necessarily, but that doesn't mean other people wouldn't. They would buy the packs now because they want to get the conflict, airdrop conflicts later.
I understand, but they need to hold it. They need to hold them until the end to get all
Until
those
the end, yes.
airdrops.
Well, okay, so what I'm trying, I mean, so Virus, I'm not trying to alarm anybody here. I don't think we're going to have the same problem as Chaos Legion. In fact, I think what Matt has put in has been very good. But if we do not grow the player base, I still think Whales coming in, trying to max out the airdrops and the promos and all this over time could end up with more cards than the community actually needs. We probably won't necessarily feel that until the airdrops are done or close to being done. But again, I'm just saying that we could potentially print more. Not that it's a problem, or sorry, not that it's a problem at the same extent as Chaos Legion. All right, Level Up Life. All right, talking about liquidity pools. Everybody's hyped. What's up, Level Up Life? I think grabbing cheap land everywhere and building storage for LPs. BB Mega. You can still flip the packs for a small profit. Just, excuse me, not crazy return like Chaos Legion.
Yeah, but then if it's a small profit, is it worth it? If you have other use cases for your SPS.
Mm-hmm. So I doubt we have an oversupply. If it sells 2 times Rift Watchers, then there'll be no oversupply. We sold 500,000 packs during Rift Watcher pre-sale, but it looks like we only have 1 million Rift Watcher packs total. That's a good point, Brian. But the difference, Brian, is that Rift Watchers was more of a supplemental pack set. I think this is going to be very, I mean, it's core is what it's actually called, but it's going to be vital.
This already
Exclusive resource.
apples and oranges.
Yeah. So people are sleeping on land and LPs. I think it's obvious that SPS is the investment aspect of the game. Everything else is just for the game. The days of sub $50 plots may be over soon, says Gather the Magic. What's up, Battle Beasts? All right. The release of modern format made cards a bad long-term investment. Well, I wouldn't necessarily say that. I would say that the fact that Wild has become a little bit of a cesspit probably is a major factor in that. What do you think?
I don't see how they're bad long-term investment.
All right.
If I compare all the cards that are out of Modern, even the ones that are coming out of Modern in a couple of months, I'm sure all of them, probably not all, but like majority of them are still higher than they were selling, like they were acquired for, or they were from coming from the packs, and like I still believe that they're more expensive than they were when they were the actual playing cards. And just because they reach astronomical values, it doesn't mean that now that they're lower than those values, they're actually not worth more than what they were initially. So yeah, that probably they reach some peak, but even if it's a value in a way that they have lower than all-time high, they still have utility on land, and there's still limited supply. So I just don't
Yeah,
see it.
fair point. All right, Icy Flow says, let the Bears FUD. More opportunity for the rest of us. This is an interesting question. Financial advice, 115 Rebellion packs versus maxed out rare promo. Which one do you prefer? This is a difficult one to answer because we don't know what Rebellion packs contain. I mean, it's probably going to contain some good stuff, but the only known quantity right now is the rare promo. And I think that card is going to be super meta. So at this point in time, I would go with the rare promo. What about you?
Uh, I'm trying to make the that's 111 packs plus 11 rares versus
Well, yeah, 115 Rebellion packs is only going to get you 10 rares, 10 BCX. So he's just saying, would you rather buy 115 packs or maybe save the money to max out
if you
the
get
rare
your
promo
11,
ones
man,
on the market?
check your math, it will give you 11, but that's not the point.
Or 11, sorry, yeah.
Yeah,
I
the
mean, but
point is that,
that's not max, is what I'm saying.
no, yeah, of course that's far from max, but that's also like 575 cards. I probably would go for the packs, to be honest. Maybe I'm because I've been a casino dealer all my life, so some gambling never works. But
I mean, hey, packs are fun. Packs are fun to open.
Definitely.
So hopefully my room will hang out, and your land is Rooney. Yep. All right. Gather Magic going packs. How about 60 packs versus rare promo? I guess it's the follow up.
Oh well, now you're underbidding yourself. Like, yeah, you probably the next question is okay. How many packs you would choose the max promo over? Okay, I'll say brand new if that makes you happy. At this deal, 60 packs versus max rare promo, I'll take the max rare promo.
Yeah, I'm still going with the max rare promo. Our packs, always packs versus single card. I've learned that from MTG. What nationality are you, BB Omega? Having a hard time pegging your accent, if you want to share.
I'm proud Bulgarian.
Eastern Bulgarian.
Yeah.
Where can you find the stream with Yabba Matt? Okay, so this is on Steve's channel. Looks like people answered you already. Brian Wu says, I am a different type of person. I am more hyped when we have Lux Vega compared to CL and Riftwatcher pack sale. Who isn't pissed off at Gaming Cryptos? Even Cryptos lost got wrecked. Yep, just my parallel invite. You're going to try tonight. All right, so again, it says, love Darkest Night. When 1.5 Rebellion goes live, hope he comes back and is excited for the game again. Same. He actually just called me, so I'm gonna have to call him back. And his ears are probably his ears are probably burning because we were talking about him. All right, so many of the new games will bubble. Game is back up. Nice. In the past, we were happy we could play and earn Splinterlands. Now we are not so happy. I don't know why Splinterlands still pays so much. Please tell me another game as beautiful as Splinterlands. I mean, hey, that's why we're all still here, right?
And beautiful, yeah, I can tell you many games that are more beautiful, but if you mean beautiful as like beautiful mind,
yeah. So what brought mass attention in late 2020 was when Crypto Banter talked about it on his YouTube channel for a while. See, I wasn't following that at the time. I didn't discover it until August of 2021. League of Kingdoms is currently the best DeFi Web3 game, says Rooney207. You've been talking about that for a while. I just never had a chance to check it out, Rooney. Yeah, he never talks about it. He just wants to get paid as a sponsor. I don't think people will act differently next bull run. People won't sell as much as they say right now. True. I mean, everybody gets greedy, right? Everybody gets greedy. It's just what it comes down to. Why didn't I sell my SPS at $1? Because everybody was talking about $5 and $10. Yeah, everybody. I mean, hey, like that's what it is. So, Leandro is on point there. Our Web3 never got really dumb money bubble Only a few projects took off. Web3 Mania will come back. I disagree. I mean,
Yeah,
the
I disagree
valuations
too.
of some of these projects, yeah, the valuations in the billions of all these projects that didn't have an actual product out aside from Axie was crazy. I mean,
I've been in
BB Meg was just talking
several.
about Illuvium 2 years later, still doesn't have a working product.
Yeah, I've been in several and adjacent to several more. So yeah, that I don't think that's true.
Yeah. All right. So Dwayne always says the bull run. He will be the one telling us like he did in the last one, but his memory isn't that good because he wasn't telling people to sell. Dwayne, the perma bull. Yeah, 5 minutes. He hates SPS tokenomics, but likes big time. Again, I don't know anything about big time, guys. I haven't even had a chance to jump into any
Me
of
neither.
the other content creator stuff.
But
So new SPL bots.
Boris
What's
Bees
that?
is very excited about it. But I said, but Boris Bees and Trees is very excited about it.
Oh, he is? Okay.
Yeah.
Did I miss that chat? Or all right, maintenance is over. Wow, first action was taken against bot accounts in brawls. Wow, that's cool. What
Nice.
happened? Just 10. I do own Prime tokens, but don't play the game. I'll just dump in 2 years when I can 1020x. Yeah, see, that's what I was talking about.
But that's
Yeah, there
what
are a
I
bunch
was
of
saying
parallel
too.
style games.
Like how
Yeah.
many people think the same way that you are. So there'll be a race to the
Well,
the bot.
this is where it comes down to discipline, right? So you're absolutely right. Will I and will other people will learn their lessons? When it does do 5, 6, 4x even, are you going to hit the sell button? But Icy Flow says you have a bunch of parallel style games. Splinterlands is unique. I agree. Prime is part of Web3 revenue sharing model versus DeFi. Enables more money to flow to development versus DeFi. Just expect lower term ROA. Hearthstone doesn't provide revenue sharing model like Prime. So what do you guys think the resource from LPs will be used for from what Matt discussed on stream
That
last
was
night?
so cool, man. Such huge alpha, man. Just items and spells, I would say.
Well, yeah. Well, I think they're all going to be going towards crafting items and spells, but
No, I mean
it's
directly.
gonna be something obviously that's super unique. My guess is that it would have to be, if I had to make a bold prediction right now, Virus, because of how much you want to incentivize
Just close my window.
LPs, my guess is that it would be something that would be required for literally every spell and resource, because then you can incentivize people to go and try and get it themselves, and it doesn't favor one specific item or spell that might be one specific splinter. I mean, if you had to pick a specific or I should say element, right? Maybe it's used for like a dragon or element, but I wouldn't be surprised if we see it as something that is going to be like this, the little salt ingredient on every item and spell.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. Just to be like something that every item and spell will need on top of everything else that they need.
Yeah. Mainly your pockets, DAO coffers, Steam Monster money. All right, so in 2021, everyone wished we sold tons of stuff. Crypto cars, club, everything was overinflated. True. He implied it would be an important resource only available to LP providers, so I'm guessing it'll be used for crafting cards. Yep. I'm on the same boat as that. So I think you have to refine grain into bread and then combine bread with a magical refined resource to create splinter-specific bread. Yeah, I think that's what he was trying to get at last night. We don't have new players because there is no base game here. It's just PvP and tournaments. Stella went from Web3 to Web2. Yeah, Tails probably lost a lot of cash. Well, I'm sure he'll talk about it at some point. I don't think Tails put that much money into Stella, mostly extracted, says Icy Flow. I think more people will FOMO in early, thinking that DEC will drop. I do agree that oversupply could happen after the conflicts are done. All right, we're slowly catching up here. An oversupply of Rebellion packs sold that still all flows back to SPS. Agreed. But we will then hit another bear market with an oversupply of DEC and a flooding of packs between whenever.
Wait, the bear market will be next set, man. Don't put Rebellion in that place.
Well, actually, that's a good point, right? The Rebellion isn't going to be the bull market set. Rebellion is probably similar to Untamed. Whatever happens after Rebellion, and we should start giving it a name now, just so we can call it something. I'm open to it if you guys have funny name ideas.
Bull Daddy.
Okay, the Bull Daddy set. The Bull Daddy set is going to be launched. The Bull Daddy set most likely is going to get launched somewhere in Q1, Q2 of, or maybe midpoint of 2025. And if we do follow the 4-year cycle, and we do get, some kind of crazy capitulation later this year, and more stimulus and all the stuff that happens macro combined with the Bitcoin 4-year bull cycle, that could be literally in the middle of a raging bull run. Like, think summer of 2021, maybe not summer 2021, but like early 2021 and early or summer of 2017.
And guess what happens with the oversupply of a greatly diminished amount of packs from Rebellion?
Yep. All right. So the best thing to grow the space is a major green candle. I think Matt is trying to get that to happen. I agree.
I'm buying a green.
I mean, if SPS jumps to 5-10 cents, yeah, you got your green candle there.
I'll buy a green candle tomorrow.
You'll buy green candles.
If that's all we need, I'm buying it tomorrow.
Untamed is still expensive because we got those new players once the packs were out of store. Unless we get new players again, the cards that everyone already has will never get more expensive.
But we were just talking about that, how it can actually happen with the Bull Daddy set.
Yeah, the Bull Daddy. Oh, I love the Bull Daddy set. What's up, International Travel Channel? All right, so yeah, I think the Bull Daddy set is going to be similar to what the Chaos Legion hype was. It's going to be in the middle of hopefully a raging bull market. And the best part is, if Rebellion ends up being even just slightly oversupplied, it's not going to be at the same level of damage, we'll call it, to the economy as Chaos Legion. So as we rotate out of that set in the summer of 2025, Rebellion is going to be highly desired. It will no longer be in print, but people will be wanting to get Rebellion cards because that's going to be the Untamed of the new modern once Chaos Legion rotates out.
And also Matt said that there is a slight chance that maybe not really Kiri type summoners, but something pretty damn close, which we don't have with Chaos.
He said they went too far one direction with Untamed summoners, but then they went too far the other way with Chaos Legion summoners. So he's going to try and strike the middle somewhere.
Yeah, which still means better than the Chaos Legion ones.
Yeah. All right, BB Omega chat, I gotta run. Stayed on longer than I was expecting to, but that's because of the wonderful conversation with my good friend BB Omega and the chat here.
I apologize for keeping you.
Dude, no, don't ever apologize. I am 100% in control of how I spend my time, except for right now. But I chose to spend it with you because, like I said, I always appreciate the conversation that we have.
Likewise, man. It was a pleasure.
Any final thoughts you want to share with folks? Like I said, I'm going to try and stream tomorrow. Well, guys, we're literally about 24 hours away. So
I was planning on trying to stream as well, but I mean, hard to compete with you. But I mean, guys, whoever is a YouTube guy, you can have the streaming in YouTube and now be non-competing in Twitch. So whoever is
in Twitch,
whoever prefers Twitch can follow the action there as well. And as for the last words, let's
we'll
go.
See how it goes. But look at this. One day,
Rebellion is here.
Let's freaking go. Rebellion is here. I don't even know what. We'll see. We'll see what they. We'll see when they.
You said you had a small part. Give us some tune, man. Like, just give us some teaser.
I can't share it now. It's
okay.
not. The thing is, it's not like Chaos is here. I think I still want to write a song for Rebellion, even if it's separate from the company, right? I'll write a song for Rebellion just because it's gonna be fun and people are hyped. So maybe that'll be my goal later this month to get something out and ready for the actual launch.
Even if it's with autotune, do it.
Even with autotune, yeah, we'll see. Maybe autotune will take over. All right, guys, have an amazing rest of your day. I'm going to go ahead and end the stream here, but hopefully see you live tomorrow, or go spend time with BB Omega on his channel. I think everybody's going to be streaming and super excited about what's happening. And
sharing is caring, right?
Yeah, sharing is caring.